I lack a whole lot of, and most times you see that the very first decision, because sometimes it makes you to take decision. The very first decision I took was I must marry somebody who is ready to stay, because for me it's I'm more interested in marriage. I'm more interested on someone who has that mother value, that is ready to stay and make a marriage work, than beauty or whatsoever. Like I am rather ready to, let go of the maybe the things I feel, that there's someone who can be a good wife but not a good mother. Because I know that there are a whole lot of things I missed. My grandmother tried, but she cannot replace the place of a mother. She can't. So one of the things he also made me, wherever I find myself, I hate, totally I hate anything that has to do with marriage divorce. Like when my uncle was having issue with the wife, I was the one. I tried everything I can. They already had 3 kids. I tried everything I can to make sure that that marriage did not go their separate ways, but it didn't work. At the time, it was like, at the time, if my family was already against me, like I'm doing everything. My deal, like it was discussed on family meeting. I know what I was fighting. I was fighting to, anyhow it will be, let these people work together, because I know the children, whether we like it or not, they are going to be affected. There is always an emotional imbalance. There is always this yearning for love. When you see other children who have both parents enjoy what you call familyhood, then you begin to, you hate yourself, begin to yearn for this. But that doesn't mean that I will say, because you are going to die into a marriage that is not working. But at the same time, I don't advise parent couples, because there's something I've noticed. I've been around young couples and I've noticed something. 3, 4, 5 years, 7 marriage is always hell. Like, time for them to really understand themselves. At, at this time, a whole lot of things, like they do a whole lot of fight, but if you people were able to stand, and that's, it's going to determine how strong your marriage is going. And most times people break out at that time. Sometimes people, like now, right now, what is happening now, young marriages are breaking because they can't stand the test of that time. Because even me having, it took me a whole lot of, a whole lot of courage to go and meet my mom and ask her that question. Why did you abandon? I have to ask her, why did you abandon me? Do you really know that I don't? And that was the truth. The very first thing he did was, I was thinking I was just being serious. Initially, I was backing it up with, I was just being serious with academics. I don't want anything that will jeopardize my success. But it was later I realized that it wasn't that. It was more than just being serious. It was me being protective of, I don't want anything to happen with, I don't want history to repeat itself. I told her, do you know that up to now I do not have any any girl as my girlfriend? I'm not even thinking towards that direction, because I keep asking myself, why would two young people get married and then they could not even raise one kid, and they are already gone their separate ways, and never came back. She said all she said, and told me her own story, and told me that it was pride on her own side. She left. Now she wanted my dad to come and beg. Every other person came and begged, except my father. Say he's not going to beg. And that was the thing. Parents say, okay, if he's not coming, that they are not taking her back. That she regretted. But that was the, like, there's a whole lot of things that goes wrong. My family, my house, I'm not treated bad. That house, I'm like a last born. I'm not treated bad. I'm treated with all the love, all the gift. And it's not like I'm staying in a place where I'm being maltreated. I wasn't in any way maltreated. Even people is it's only people that know my history very well that will know that I'm not the last born of that house. But the truth remains that inside me, I still know that there is still something. Though I lost my dad when I was in primary one, so I lost him at a very early stage. But the my uncles I have and my grandmom, they occupied that space. Like I never in terms of never lacked me whatever I need. But there is a place that parents you can't replace them. That's why it's very, very important for couples to do what they can to stay together. Know the reason. And for me, I would always say is something these people have to discuss and be true and be very honest with themselves. This is what I want. If you know you are not a family oriented, tell the person, I don't want to go into like I don't want to go into this marriage because of uh children. No, I don't know how to handle kids, so I let it be. You people know it from the start and go into marriage and then come out, and there is a whole lot damage is going to do to these children. Uh, I if I begin to, it's just that I didn't. If I had looked at this topic, I initially it just came up and saw it. I will be giving you like key points of key damages it causes, like naming them. But for me, I will tell you that a lot of it, in fact, in my relationship life, it did a lot. Did a lot with how I associate, how I go out. It did a lot with how I see someone and I begin to see this person tomorrow. Even my friends, you do, I'm not going to associate. It's like someone who is sweet today, very bitter. So that's the thing it does to me. It's not something for me. I said, if I will get married today and then out of fear now will make me, if I get, God forbid, that I marry someone who is abusive or who has, because of what I also try all my to remain on that. I don't want the kids to suffer the same thing. That is another thing it will do to that person. So there's a whole lot it does. There's a whole lot it does to kids. They cannot be the same. There are some stories you cannot tell. Can't say, my parents did this. And when other kids are telling those stories, you come back hot. There are some experiences you cannot come. There are some things you cannot say or do, and no matter what, how you tend to grow, or have the both parents try to co-parent is never the same. In my case, my mom was nowhere. Not like she was living in a place very far from home. She wasn't like it's just like a nearby village, but she never cared to come. The day I met her on the road, and funny enough, my dad and like their family is the same village. They got married from the same village. Was even the thing I made it was even from the same village. It wasn't like these people are people that from different far places. At least these two families know each other. They already know each other for coming from the same village. So for the day, like I totally detached from her. Even her, she has to do a whole lot to when she knows already. My even my uncles, they were thinking it's normal. We were thinking it's normal, but at a stage they know it was serious. That I don't have any affection for this person. That even my maternal grand, I don't go there. I know the times I've gone there is maybe someone died, and then because my uncles must have to force me to go there. And then one of them say, "You only come here when somebody died." I said, "That one is your business." During my SS1, my mom wanted me to live with his brother. Because of that reason, once he mentioned that I changed school, I don't want to have anything to do with these people, because for me, I believe she doesn't care about me. That's why she let her go with the one she cared about. Not like there's never a time that because some people will say maybe that's what your family fed you with. There was never a time didn't feed me with such information. But when I look for her, she was not there. So it's not like anybody feeding me with information. The audience had already fed us information. So I cannot, like, it's something that is affecting many persons. It's affecting, if you look at the that have happened. If you really ask the children to tell you the true story, they will tell you the true story. It's easy for you to say things up by the side, but let the children who are carrying the burden, let them tell you the story. You will always find one thing very particular from them. Okay, thank you. I've spoken, I've taken a whole lot of time. Okay, sorry, I forgot to add. Just like I told you, there was a kind of balance, emotional balance. The truth is, there's always that space of a mother is always there yearning. But for me, and once that comes yearning, the next thing the person tries to do is to find a way to fix it. And some people are not lucky. They find themselves in another hand, which present themselves like replacing a mother. But in my case, what I did was I redefined who a mother is. I say that a mother is that person that can listen to you, care for you, becomes my mother. That's why I think I have the relationship with my those uncles, wife, and because my grandfather married 4 wives. My grandmother was the first to die, but immediately, because of how we grew up in that family, the next person took over. Like that her space, that her space. I was the way I accepted her like that. My grandmom, like she was literally my mother. She was anything I can think of. If they are doing Modern Sunday or anything I can think of, I'm supposed to do it for a mother. She gets it. The day she died, is it about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago? The day she died, the son, the last born, was the one that first called me. I came back from work and then I heard that, okay, I came back from morning mass. I heard that my brother had left home, that somebody died in our house, that they broke the news to him and he was crying. I was just wondering which of those my grandmothers died. So the son, the last one, was the one that called me and said, I should be calm. I should be calm. I should just enter. I should not be, the guy was the one that consoled me. I didn't know it was his mother. I thought the way he spoke as any of those women, that the way he knew the way I loved this woman. That's why he even have to console me so that while I'm driving back home, I should not. Said if I can't drive, I should enter maybe public transport or so. So that's what these things sometimes do. It creates this space and then it continues to look for who will fill this space. And most times when this person not find who will fill this space, the person becomes either frustrated or the person become sometimes, just like someone say here, mood swing. Sometimes he enters a relationship and once a little thing happens and he begins to see this person as this one that left me, the way he reacts on that thing, you will know it's coming from a place of hurt. So it's actually a very deep wound that takes time and maturity to heal.
I'm here. Well, I just have little contribution inside because I don't have experience of being a victim of this. But I can start like this. Somebody Even without the physical divorce, you can still have the physical, a spiritual or physical divorce. You can still have spiritual divorce in the family, whereby the father is no longer a family or the mother. You are living with your father. It's like living with a stranger. Or living with your mother, you live like a stranger. Because at this time, the children, they don't know whether this is a mother, whether this is a father, depending on what they are doing. The absence of the man in the family, or absence of the wife in the family, the children will be receiving instruction from just one person, and then they have a coverage from one person. I think before the physical one, they have already been divorced. So they only wait for the day to come. So right from that moment, even the children will not recognize the father any longer or the mother. That's why when the children are acting the way they want to act, supporting the mother, if they are in love with the mother and love what the mother is doing, you see the father will come in and say, if you do anything, I will divorce you. The child will respond, I've already disfathered you for a long time. You are just living with us. So, but a mother leaving the house for a man to take care of the children is one thing that children will live to remember in their life. When the children witness how maybe the people are telling their mother, don't go, mama, don't go, don't go. Children will call, mama, don't go. She's packing out her things with boldness and walk out of the family, call a cab or call somebody to come and help, and then leave the family. From that moment, the child can never be the same again, whether we like it or not. They can be, when they are brought up in a way that they'll feel somehow, and they'll feel jealous sometimes when they go to other family and see the husband and wife living together in unity with the children. And then when they come back home, they discover that their mother has gone or their father has gone. So each time they go out there must be question in their life that what happened. And when that child begin to have such feelings and grow with it, whether in 20 years they decided to come back or come during the time they want to have their traditional or white wedding, that child can never receive the mother again. Can never. In short, the child will be the first person to walk the mother out or the father out of the house. Because he know what he lose. It takes the grace of God for a child to leave and then become what he or she wants to become. Because there is something that children feel. Maybe when they offend the father, the mother talk to the children, they will run to the mother. Or when the mother also offend the mother talk. They enjoy those things. But when those things are not there, I'm telling you, being a child spiritually, they have to feel somehow. And a day will come that they will tell the story to the world. If my mother or my father was together, I don't think that I will be like this. No matter what, there must be something that's short in their life that will make them to remember this before people, before their friends, or at their working place. So that's why it's fine that the mother, the husband and wife tolerate each other mistakes. I heard what Ola said, and I have a pastor friend. When he wanted to wed couple, he told them, he said, look, if you know that you divorce yourself, gather, you see the numbers of people that are here in this wedding today, gather us together. Then we'll sit down and witness how you will die. Go there and fight as a family. So I know that two useless father, two useless parents can as well serve as a divorce in the life of the children, where the children will be struggling alone to live. Nobody is guiding them, nobody is talking to them. You also take the special grace of God for children to have good father around them and mother, and they grow up together. Somebody will tell them, don't do this, don't go to this place. If you do this, it's not fine. Look at there is somebody who have done it. This is how I end up. Telling those children stories that will make them to grow and remember. I always look at the topic of this topic. Each day we talk about it. The thing is, it's getting round and round in the life of the children, father, mother, all the time. I said, look, the people who listen, people who are married, they are benefiting from this teaching. That's why since I did not live in a family where my father or my mother, they get divorced, it's very hard for me to talk about it. Where if you talk of experiencing fighting in the neighborhood, separation, sometimes I see it. I don't say my father was perfect, but I think I see my father also, sometimes he will come in, apologize. I'm yet to see men with ego apologizing in the marriage and want the marriage to go on. Even my mother too. Even though sometimes my mother will want to lift up her shoulder, we will be watching. My sister will go to my mother and say, look, Mama, go and tell Papa sorry. And we will be angry with you. When you look at us, some of us are just waiting behind the wall, looking at her. She will move. And then we keep pushing until my father pass on. And then we continue with our mother till now. So all what I'm saying is we shouldn't allow it, because temptation is not written on the face of the people that it will come one day. But one small thing can make a woman or a man to pack up their load and leave the house. Even as we see here in abroad, a child will be very bold to tell the police, take my father out of this house. I don't want to know him. I don't know him. He will not even call my father, and walk the man out of their life because of the dubious life that is living. We should create harmony in the family. Let the neighbors see it. Let our children feel it. And let them, even in the church, let people feel it. It's hard now, you see, some people going out there, sew the same cloth with the children, wear the same cloth, the father, the mother, and the family. You see us wearing different clothes to tell the people that we are in different characters. I don't say that it's a license to sew the same material and wear and come out as a family, but it also tells spiritually when we want to grow with our children, and then the child will still grow up at the age of 50, 70. Maybe the father is, call it 60, the father is 80. You see him having the feelings for the father. Each time he's talking, he will, oh, my father, oh, my mother. Rather than anytime they call him, they say, you have a call from your mom or your dad. They say, leave those people. If your child begin to call you useless, you're in trouble. Thank you so much.
Please, oh, I have a question for him. He said we don't wear matching clothes anymore. That's spiritually. Uncle, can you throw more light on that? Yeah.
Okay. You know, formerly, if you have a sweet family,